guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am going to be talking about a MAC palette. This palette is called Mischief Minx, and this is from the collection, the MAC Girls collection. MAC came out with 6 palettes, so I'm going to be doing a review and demo on this palette for you guys. Before I start, I just want to say welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, please don't forget to subscribe down below and also give me a thumbs up. So if you guys want to see this review and demo of this palette, just keep watching. So MAC recently came out with 6 new palettes, and it's part of their MAC Girls collection. So each palette has a different theme to it. Like this one is Mischief Minx. They have one also, it's called, I believe, Rocking Rebel. There's one called Fashion Fanatic. There's one called Basic Bitch and Power Hungry. So MAC just came out with a few of these palettes. The price on the palettes are $39.50, which I feel like is a good price for the palette. I will show you guys some swatches. Also will show you guys a demo on how I use this on my eyes today. So this is how the palette shades look. It's more of your peachy, really warm tones here. The only tones that I feel that are really cool are these right here. So I was reading the description on the MAC website, and it says new pressed powder eyeshadow formulas in Satin Shine, Smooth Pearl, Foiled Shadow, and Creamy Matte all deliver a creamy, silky texture with superior color payoff. While a new highlighter formula in Opalescent is lightweight and glides on skin for just the right amounts of pearl and pop. And this palette retails for, like I said, $39.50. I did want to get Rockin' Rebel as well, but it kind of sold out everywhere. It's even sold out online. I don't know if they're bringing them back. I did speak to a few of the MAC girls in the MAC store when I bought this, and they did say that Rockin' Rebel will not be coming back, unfortunately. When it sold out, that was it. I'm not sure about the other ones. I think Basic Bitch they still have. A lot of the other palettes they did still have in stock. This one sold out the first week, I believe, and then I waited like a few more weeks. I think they got like 4 in, and I grabbed this one because, and this one is the one that I definitely would use the most, just because it's those warm shades, those browns, those peaches, kind of like red tones. The only like reddish tone is this one right here. It's not really like a red tone, but it's more like that burnt orangey red. I can't explain it unless I swatch it to you guys. I'm really not good with explaining shadows or the shadow colors, by no means. You guys will see all the swatches of this palette, and I will be swatching them on the back of my hand for you guys. So yeah, so getting right into the packaging of it, I really love the packaging. I think they went totally different than any other palettes I've seen before. So it's pretty much kind of longer, and it's more sleek, and it's on the thinner side. It's not one of these bulky big palettes. It's something that is travel friendly, which I like. I like the fact that it has each of the name of the palettes on the palette, and each palette pretty much has its own like personality. So that's what I liked about it. So I do like the packaging. It's really sturdy. It's really good for travel. They do have a mirror in here. I haven't taken the plastic off. I really don't like to take the plastic off because I feel like I don't use these mirrors anyway, but I don't want it to get really dirty with the shadows. And then it did come with the plastic inside of it, and this is what the names are. So they didn't put the names on the palette. I wasn't expecting that, really, to be honest with you. For something that's $39.50, I wouldn't expect the names to be on the palette. I basically don't even think they had enough room to put any names anywhere. So it comes with this right here. When I place this plastic back on the palette, you guys can see the names right there. So the first shadow is called Mischief Minx. That's this one right here, and I'm going to swatch that on the back of my hand for you guys. So this is Mischief Minx. This eyeshadow is obviously a peachy shade. And then the next shade I'm going to go in with is V Frisky. And I'm just going to put that here. That's more of a gold shade. And I feel like on the back of my hand, it's really not doing it that much justice. So I'm going to swatch it again for you guys on the same area. Let me see. Like, yeah. So I'm going to swatch it on the same area so you guys can see. They really have a nice pop of color. It's really like a nice subtle gold. It's not something that if you're looking for something to really pop as a gold, it's really not going to do that for you. But I did use that shade in the demo, so you guys will see that in a little bit, but it looks really pretty on the lid. The next one is going to be Natural Tease. Of this hand. So that's Natural Tease. It's more of that like iridescent kind of peachy shade as well. It pulls like more of a natural neutral shade, but it has like a hint of the peach. So I'll show you guys which ones they are here. So this is V Frisky, and then this one is Natural Tease. So then the next one I'm going in with is going to be She-Nanigans. That's so funny. Next one I'm going in with is going to be She-Nanigans. Let's swatch that here. So that one is really more of a deeper peachy shade. It's a shimmer shade as well. The next shade I'm going to go in with is Flamin Femme, and that's this one right up here. And that one is a more burnt orangey shade. Here. And I use this in my demo as well. That's probably one of my favorite shades from the palette. That one and She-Nanigans is one of my favorite shades. But one thing I have noticed with this palette, it is lacking in a nice neutral kind of soft brown crease color shade. Whenever I'm doing my makeup, I always like to put a nice soft brown in the crease, so it doesn't have that. And then it's also lacking a nice brow bone shade, so I had to use a different shade for my brow bone. But you guys will see in the demo what I use for my crease color. So now just going in with that color Schmear, I think that's how you say it. And that's a nice brown. So that's the shade here. I feel like you can use this on the outer corners just to deepen up that crease a little bit, and then you can also put it all over your lid if you're going for like that brown smoky eye. Next shade is this shade right here, and it's called Been There Done That. The last brown was more of a warm brown, and this one is more of a cool one. So that's how that looks. Okay, so last of the eyeshadow shades is this one right here, and this one is called Totally Trouble, and it looks like a dark brown mixed with black. I haven't used this shade yet, but I will swatch it for you guys. So let's see that swatches. I don't know about this one. I feel like the pigmentation is a little off when it comes to this shade, but I will swatch it again just so you guys can see like a little bit better. So I just swatched it a little bit more. See, it's like the pigmentation isn't really good on those shades. I noticed with darker shades, you really have to have that pigmentation there. With dark shades like this, it kind of looks almost gray. I know I smeared it a little bit, but you know what? Let's go in with another swatch just so I don't get reamed for that swatch there. So let's go in with another one. So that's a little better, but it's still the same thing. As you guys see, that it just kind of dies out when I'm swatching it. So that's probably my least favorite in the palette, that shade. And the highlight I am using on my cheeks today. So I did show you guys that in the demo. So this is the highlight, and you definitely get a pretty big pan. So I'm gonna swatch this one for you guys. And where can I swatch this? Oh, I'll swatch it like right here. Did I swatch? Yeah, so it did swatch. So it's a peachy highlight shade. So remember, it's not going to be so pigmented like the other ones because it is a highlight. I feel like it's a great highlight. Do I feel like it has a lot of pigmentation? Not really. When I did put it on my cheeks, you had to kind of build it up. And I did show you guys with the brush wet, and I showed you guys with the brush dry so that you guys could see both. So if I just go right on top of that again, maybe like 2 or 3 times, you definitely will get like the pigmentation and the kind of iridescent look to it now. So yeah, I think it's really pretty. It's really a nice highlight shade. I don't think I have anything like this shade in my collection as far as highlighters are concerned. I don't really use a lot of peach highlights, so you are going to see my reaction when I put it on. I am wearing it. I think it looks really pretty, but like I said, I'm not really a peach highlight type of person, but I do want to give different things a try, and I'm not saying I don't like it. You guys will just see the reaction in the demo. So all in all, do I think it's a good palette? I do think it's a good palette. It does cost only $39.50. I don't think that's a lot of money. It's not like your normal price range within palettes. Like you usually see palettes nowadays between $49 and like $52. That's where they mostly kind of stay on that end. Like if you go a little bit on the higher end with makeup, they will start to tend to get a little bit higher. I do feel like these palettes are really reasonably priced. $39.50 is a good price point for this palette. Like I said, you get 8 shadows in here, a highlight, you get a small mirror, and it really is travel friendly. It's lightweight. It's really cute. The packaging is really nice. I do love the packaging. Another thing is that it is magnetic, so it does like have that magnetic strip there. So I really do like the packaging. Packaging is really important to me because I feel like the packaging is what reels you in. I know a lot of us get sucked in just on packaging alone. I know I do a lot. Did a really good job with the packaging. It was really eye-catching, and the shadows aren't bad either. I think they're really nice shadows. There was 1 or 2 shadows that I was just not crazy about, but yeah, but as far as the palette is concerned, I really do like it. So now let's get right into the demo, and I am going to pull you guys in a little bit closer. So if you guys want to see the demo of the shadows, just keep watching. So this is the palette close up, and one thing I don't like is I don't have a really nice neutral transition shade. I normally like to do like a nice like soft brown in my transition, but this doesn't have it. This one right here is too shimmery for that, so I'm just gonna go in, I think, with this shade right here, and I'm gonna put that right in my crease first. So now I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, and I'm going to put that into my crease as well using the same brush. Now that I darkened up that crease, I want to go in with this shade here, and this is more of a peachy shade. I'm just going to put that right all over my lid. So I feel like this is really pigmented, but I want to see if I can make it pop a little bit more by spraying the brush. So what I'm going to do is take this Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day. This is their makeup setting spray, and I'm going to spray the brush the other side. And I'm going to see if I can make that shadow just pop a little bit more. And I'm going to use on this side. A little bit of a difference, but not really a lot. So it still has really nice pigmentation to it though, so I'm just going to take a little bit more and put it on this eye. Definitely using it wet made it like pop a little bit more. So I'm going to take this gold shade right here, and I'm going to pop that on the middle of my lid. So I think I want to go back in with this shade on the crease a little bit more just to blend it out. So now taking this highlight shade, I am going to highlight the inner corners and my cheeks. You guys know I always use this to highlight. This is my A23 brush. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm just going to wet it a little bit. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to wet it. We're going to go in first and see how it looks without being wet, the brush being wet. So I'm just going to put this right here on my cheeks. So it's like a nice peachy shade. The only thing is that I don't feel like it's really giving off that much of a highlight. It's very like subtle to me. So let's see if I wet it. I'm going to wet the brush just a little bit. And I'm going to dip that brush back in there, and let's see if we get a little bit more payoff. Okay, definitely a little bit more. So honestly, it is really pretty. If you guys could see, it does have like that peachy glow to it, but it's really not like an in-your-face highlighter that I normally use, but it is a really pretty glow. So guys, this is the finished look. I do like this palette. Like I said in the beginning before the demo, I do like the palette. I do think it's a really great palette. I think it's worth the $39.50. Do I like all the shadows in the palette? I mean, honestly, this one is the only one that I really don't like. That one I am not going to probably use because I just feel like it's not really pigmented. But besides that, all the other ones are really nice. I honestly like that the way they coordinated the shadows to the packaging, it really kind of just draws you in as a customer. I mean, I feel like on my part it did with me. Like I just felt like the Rockin' Rebel is like has those nice blues, and it has a green in there, and then the packaging is like that blue. So I really feel like that was really nice. I really do like the palette, and I like the look that I did with it. So yeah, so that is it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.